Hello.
devil.
Yes. Halloween is my favorite time of the entire
season.
year. Yes. Okay. Welcome back to the Booting Brains podcast, episode number 6, I think.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Today we're gonna talk about haunted hotels.
Yes.
So, and we have a new setting, and I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, it's
Okay?
cute.
It is cute. So maybe we keep doing it like this. So have you ever stayed in a haunted hotel?
No, but I really want to. There's
Yeah.
that movie 1308.
1408.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my god, that's one of my favorites. That movie scares the shit out of me.
I know, me too. It's actually my favorite movie.
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
You guys should definitely watch that movie if you haven't seen it before.
Yeah. That's definitely a good Halloween. Oh, we have a visitor. That's okay.
This is Bubbles.
Yeah.
Say hello. Okay.
It's like purr. Okay. So have I stayed at a haunted hotel? Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. No.
No?
Yes, I have actually. I have in Vegas. Like there's haunted rooms in the Venetian.
Ooh.
In the Venetian Hotel in Vegas, and like we're staying on like the same floor as one of the ones that was like written up on like the travel review or whatever, like Yelp or some shit like that. So, but nothing happened in there. Joel actually has haunted hotel freaking stories.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You should just
'cause
get him
he's-
to come in for a second.
Yeah.
His story.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Do it in a bit.
Yeah, I will.
Me and you need to go to one together.
Together, yeah. There's the one in Three Valley Gap or something. There was a review that somebody wrote that like they stayed in it, and even the hotel like managers like wrote back to to the review, and they were like, no, that didn't happen. Like it wasn't open at this time or whatever, and blah blah. But like the review was like the chick and her husband or whatever, they stayed in the hotel, and like they started to hear like these loud bangs on the walls and stuff, and like and she went out into the hallway, and she said like all the doors like slammed shut at once and shit, and then her passport went missing, and they couldn't find it at all. Yeah, it was really odd. But yeah, so I think we should start with talking about the Fairmont Hotel in Victoria, the Empress.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. Isn't that the one where there's like a woman in the hallway too?
Yeah. So I'm gonna read. Yeah.
Okay. One of my clients actually has a friend that went there that had an experience.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? Do you know?
Yeah. Apparently, there's like this woman in the hallway, and she like asked for the time.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, like I don't know, like or something. She like asked for, oh, do you know how to get to this one room or whatever? And the guy was like, no. And then she just like walked right through him.
Holy shit.
And he was like,
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to read this. There are many haunted hotels around the world, but one of the most famous is rumored to be right here in Canada. In downtown Victoria stands an architectural masterpiece built between 1904 and 1908, offering a 5-star accommodation to guests from around the world. Magnificent hotel is located on Government Street overlooking the Inner Harbor that draws thousands of tourists every year. So, yeah, they're talking about the Empress Hotel in Victoria. The local legend of this haunted hotel is that there are some unwelcome occupants that wander the hallways, clean the rooms, and knock on guest doors. Spooky stories of these ghostly guests include the hotel's architect, Francis Rattenbury, roaming around with his cane, a maid that still concerns herself with tidiness of the 6th floor, and possibly the creepiest, the old woman in her pajamas who can't find her room.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Guests claim that she knocks on their door and leads them to the elevator where she vanishes.
Ooh.
It is rumored that these elevators were added in place of previous rooms, likely where the old woman once slept before she passed.
Aww.
That would be so cool. We should stay there. Like all the ones that we talk about today, we should like make it like a bucket list thing where we actually.
Really
it would be really fun.
A little vacay to the island.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because there's actually a lot of haunted places in Victoria, like the
haunted.
like the.
I went on a haunted tour.
You did?
They have a haunting tour, so we could do that and we could stay at the hotel.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, I was supposed to do that with Joel this year, but we didn't.
You got me.
Oh yeah, there's this we should go. There's in Fort Langley, there's a graveyard tour and it started today.
Oh.
At nighttime graveyard.
I'm down.
Yeah, we should do that for sure. Cuz I don't know who else would want to do that. I think Paige and Franco actually want to do it too.
I'm down.
Yeah. So, let's do that. Review that.
Down.
Okay. Another one, and this one is like I saw this on Hotel Paranormal, or yeah, Paranormal Hotel, whatever, something on Annie, I think, or whatever. But this is supposed to be like the world's most haunted hotel. It's called the Jefferson Hotel.
Ooh.
It's in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's known as the world's most haunted hotel. So these are some of the inhabitants, and like the rooms of this hotel are super crazy. Like they have all this like antique shit in there.
Ooh,
There's a room that's like just full of like all these antique mirrors on the walls, different sizes and everything.
No.
And like, oh yeah, I want to go. I'm like, I told my mom, I was like, we have to go, please.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this is the first little story here is called The Mill Children. Some of the most commonly cited specters are a pair of children of about 7 years old, a boy in knee-length breeches and a girl in a pinafore. They are believed to be casualties of the building's days as a cotton warehouse, but in spite of their laborious lives and untimely deaths, they're now some of the hotel's most high-spirited inhabitants, often here laughing and chasing each other through the halls. Make sure to hold onto your keys and valuables in the vicinity of the Jefferson Hotel. The Mill Children love to play with small objects and pull pranks on guests, moving possessions around and turning the lights on and off. It's like kind of cute, little kids.
Yeah, like the creepiest.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck the laughing in the hallways. I hate that shit.
I know, and like I've heard laughing before. Joel heard laughing, and I will get him to come in and tell.
Okay,
I will
okay.
because like what the, it was fucked.
Okay.
And
okay.
he heard it in, I think it was fucking the Philippines
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah, and an old place where like no one else was staying, and he was in the room by himself. But yeah, stay tuned. Okay, the Vanishing Man, described as a tall male figure in a long coat and high boots who comes and goes as he pleases. Though he makes no threatening moves, some guests have found him persistent, sitting or standing in the rooms throughout the night. Whoever he is apparently the hotel's most solid and hard to miss apparition. Some guests have even reported following him down the upstairs hall, thinking him to be another living guest, only to watch him vanish as he turns into one of the rooms.
Ugh. Hate that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'll read one.
Okay.
Okay.
Judy's mirror.
Judy's mirror. Room 19 is particularly
Volatile.
hot spot of the paranormal activity, part of which seems to be connected with the anguished spirit of a teen girl. The records of the hotel's history has bordello are understandably spotty. The girl is The girl is thought to be a prostitute who was stabbed by a client and left to die slowly in a room in the 19's bathtub. She now appears in the midst of the hot showers and leaves messages on the room 19's bathroom mirror. Okay, super creepy. Sometimes the words seem to be warnings, other times they are pleas for help. The name Judy has been seen among her scriptures, but it's unclear whether she's introducing herself or calling out to some long-gone friend. Judy's mirror, hey?
Yeah.
Creepy. I don't like that.
No.
Libby and White. I can read one again.
Okay.
So Libby and White. This beautiful young woman appears most often to male guests traveling alone. She can be recognized by her bridal gown, golden hair, and feet that never touch the ground. Though she's been seen all over the hotel, Libby mainly seems to haunt a specific bed, rather than a location, following it around though multiple remodels. The bed is now located in room 19. The spirit's exact identity is unknown, but most believe it could be two people. Elizabeth and Lydia were name of women. That's weird how they said that. Elizabeth and Lydia were the name of women that both stayed in the hotel almost 50 years apart from each other. Both women were jolted on their wedding days. And both, what does it mean by that?
Jolted means left.
On their wedding days?
Like they're left.
Oh, left alone.
Yeah.
Okay. And both were most likely pregnant at the time. It is reported that both ladies hung themselves from the unusually tall headboard of the bed located in room 19. Libby and the bed have inhabited room 12, 14, and now 19 at different times. One can hope that she and Judy have found some post-mortem comfort in each other's company, whatever both their names may be.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's sad.
I know.
So they got left on their wedding days?
Yeah. Like their
stood up?
Yeah.
Stood up on your wedding day, damn.
Yeah, could you imagine?
So they both, by chance, got 50 years apart, but they both were stood up on their wedding day.
Yeah.
And they both hung themselves in the bed.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a cursed kind of bed thing,
Yeah, why would it happen 2 times?
Yeah, to the same type of person.
Yeah, same situation.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I was reading about other things because I remember, like, the whole, like, old hag type of thing
yes,
happened. In like, my family and stuff. I was reading about that, and I found, like, this, like, that story or whatever, this lady in white type of thing that attaches to like certain types of men, right? And like wants to like make them crazy and wants to attach. So maybe it's something like that where this certain type of spirit that's like attached to the bed that they don't know about draws certain
types of people in certain situations, and then it makes them kill themselves and go crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh, that all gave me goosebumps. Oof.
Yeah.
Ugh, don't like that.
No.
We should do a whole episode about old hags. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
The old spaghetti factory in Vancouver is haunted too.
Did we talk about that?
I actually, when I go to the old spaghetti factory, I literally tell them, I'm like, where's the most haunted spot I can sit at? And
really?
Yeah, and they said there's this one side of the spaghetti factory is haunted more than the other side.
Oh my
But, like, the staff said they see stuff all the time.
Okay.
Like, every morning as well.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
Let's fucking go.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a story from the old spaghetti factory downtown in Gastown. The first sighting involves a tram conductor from the number 53 old trolley car that patrons think of as just part of the decor.
I sat in that.
You sat in that?
Yeah.
Okay. Some say the conductor died in an underground collision beneath the restaurant, while others believe his ghost appeared when the tram was installed within the restaurant. Either way, many say that the old spaghetti factory staffers have spotted the ghost in full uniform inside the tram after the restaurant empties out in the evening.
Yeah, they told me that. And
wow.
I see it all the time. He'll like be sitting there.
Yeah.
In it.
It's crazy.
Creepy. Okay, 2. The second ghost is the little red man with flaming auburn hair and a penchant for mischief. Rumor has it that he roams around the kitchen, whispering to staffers and calling them out by name. Yikes. 3. The third ghost was spotted by a waitress who saw a young boy running around the restaurant during her closing shift. She was so scared by the incident that she resigned on the spot. The same spirit has also been seen by bending cutlery. But when staff members brought it to the attention of the manager, the previously bent cutlery mysteriously turned back to normal.
What?
Okay, you read 4.
Okay. The fourth ghost sighting was of a young girl sitting at the table near the front of the restaurant and holding a balloon. A friend...
Creepy.
Oh, God. It's like fucking something like out of It.
Yeah.
A friend of the general manager claimed to have engaged in a long conversation with the ghost, but when someone else approached the table, she disappeared. Fuck! Like, why?
I hate that.
Yeah.
Long conversation, then you're like, okay, bye, I guess.
Yeah, that's insane.
So where did all these ghosts come from, and why do they call the old spaghetti factory home? A visiting psychic confirmed the presence of the ghost, claiming the paranormal activity originates from a vortex found at the back of the restaurant. Lingering spirits are attached to historical artifacts of the decor. But I've heard of psychics talking about like vortexes, but they don't. It's not really a vortex. It's
What's
like
a vortex?
a rip in the time and space continuum, basically.
Really?
Or like
So what is that?
overlapping dimensions. So like multiverse theory, they kind of think that like sometimes there's just spots in certain places that just are prone to attract spirits and energy.
Oh, interesting.
Or sometimes if there's a rip in the time and space continuum, or like, that might be the wrong way to say it, but if there's like a blend of dimensions, you could see a ghost, but the ghost can't see you because you're looking into the dimension that they live in. And then there's a theory that sometimes ghosts might not even be ghosts. We might be seeing people from another dimension, but we view it as a shadow. But we're actually seeing another dimension.
What?
Yeah, it could be a whole nother episode. But
Holy
so
crap.
they can't see us, but we can see them, or vice versa. Sometimes they see us, and
Yeah.
they think we're ghosts, but they're actually just seeing the other dimension.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Have you heard of
Interesting.
that
Because,
before?
like, well, yeah. Because have you ever seen that movie, The Others, with Nicole Kidman?
Sounds familiar. But
Oh,
I
it's so
can't
good.
remember.
So not to spoiler, but it's such a good fucking movie. It's so scary. But like basically, they're living in a house, and it's like, you know, a long time ago, and that she thinks that the kids are like allergic to the light, right? So she has it all dark in the house and everything. They can't go outside and blah blah blah, and they start experiencing ghosts in their home and everything, and the kids and whatnot, and they basically, like, they don't know that they're dead, and they're viewing the real people that are in the house as the ghosts, and it's scaring the shit out of them. But in the end, you find out that they're actually the ghosts. Yeah. And yeah, it's such a cool movie.
I'll watch that. Send me the name of
Yes,
it.
I will. Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's a whole theory behind that a lot of the time, and then that's like, yeah, it's just like, some people explain ghost phenomena as sometimes they're not even ghosts. We're just seeing the dimension above us that we're not supposed to see sometimes.
Yeah.
But I definitely believe curse stuff too, though, because I feel like, yeah, like with that hanging thing, like what are the chances of somebody who also, like, you know, got stood up at their wedding, like,
Yeah.
killing themselves on the same bed frame? Like, that's pretty whack.
Yeah, it sounds like it just attracts like the same type of person, right? Like,
And then, like, my house being haunted because of the native ground. But yeah, just like where we used to live there, I saw that black figure that we talked about in the other episode, but she also had, we need to talk about your experiences when you lived where I lived before.
yeah.
You grew up in a haunted house too.
Yeah. Which one?
Your original one that you lived up there. The one that you said that you'd wake up and all the furniture and stuff would be moved and clothes would be moved. Yeah. You told me when you lived in Anmore, your first house, the one that
The
you...
first one. Oh, that happened like that. When the fuck did that happen? I'm sure it did happen. I just am having such a hard time remembering. But there was a time.
You told me that there was a time that you and your ex were like would wake up sometimes and all the stuff would be moved, or you would come home and like all their furniture and everything would be moved.
Oh no, there was a one time that yeah, I did come home. My parents had their friend, like our family friend, was staying there, and in the middle of the night he started to go crazy, and he said that there was shit in the bedroom, and he started freaking out, and like shit was everywhere.
Yeah.
In my bedroom, yeah,
And what about
and he
the
was
man
like,
in the closet?
yeah, oh yeah, Jack. Yeah, so when I was little, I don't think I told the story on
No,
the
you
podcast
didn't.
yet.
No.
Okay, so when I was really little, like probably three maybe, I was just a little nothing. We moved into this house in Pitt Meadows. We called it the Blue House because it was blue, and you know, my parents, it was like a fixer-upper home, right? And my dad had planned to fully renovate it and everything. And it was really, really awesome at first living in there. And like me and I had a separate room. Amanda had her own room. And like we had a dog and stuff. And everything was fine. And, you know, until one day, like my parents, they would like walk by my bedroom and they would hear me like giggling and like laughing and kind of talking to somebody in the bedroom. And, they just, like, thought, nothing of it until, like, they decided to ask me, like, oh, who are you talking to? I was like, oh, Jack. And, you just think it's like, oh, your kid has an imaginary friend, right? And, so, yeah, it was all good. Like, he would come out. I still remember exactly what he looked like.
Ugh.
He would come.
You should make a painting.
I know. Yeah, you're right. I should do that.
But what if that makes him come back?
Yeah, I don't want that. But yeah, like he would come out of my closet when I would be alone in the room and like play with me and talk to me and make me laugh and everything, and that was all good until my dad started renovating the house. He started changing things inside the house, and then like the way that my parents described this is like there was a smell that would move from like they started to smell a smell, and my dad said it was like unlike any smell. He's like the only thing that you could like relate the smell to was he was like it was like a rotting corpse.
Ew.
And he said that they could not for the life of them find where the smell was coming from, but it would also move from room to room.
Ew.
Yeah, so it wasn't just staying in one spot, like it was moving from room to room and stuff, and like that was one thing. And then Jack would start to scare me. Like he would come out at night and start to scare me, so I could not sleep by myself. I could not even be alone by myself. When my grandma would take care of me, she told me that I would cling to her leg even if she had to go to the washroom. I'm like, Grandma, please, like I don't want to be alone. I don't want to. I'm like, if you leave, I'm gonna see Jack. I don't want to see Jack. And so I would have to go to the washroom with her. I'd have to do everything like right beside her because I did not want to see this guy.
Oh my God.
Right? And but also my sister had an experience with a different ghost. She got a different ghost. Oh, so my mom had woken up one night and she heard like Amanda, which is my sister. She's 10 years older than me, so she probably would have been like 12, 13 at the time. So she was like clear, like she's not like me and like a baby and like I could be fucking, just little and imagining things, right? But my sister was like fully lucid adult, like a teenage person. So my mom woke up and she heard Amanda screaming from the bedroom, and she goes in and my sister's sitting straight up and she's like pointing at this fucking clear lady standing at the end of her bed, and my mom can see it too.
Like an old lady?
Yeah. Ooh. Like an old lady all in white.
Maybe she was Jack's wife.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe she was Jack's wife.
Yeah, so what happened was he didn't make an appearance in my lucid dream. What happened was I went back to the house, and I went into the house in my dream, and I started to walk down the hallway, and as I started getting closer and closer to the bedroom, I started to feel like this intense fear and panic in my chest, and I started to freak out. And once I got into the actual room and saw the closet, I tried to scream, and I couldn't. And then I woke up. Like, I woke up in a sweat, too. Yeah. Like, it was so terrible. But the other thing, one of the last things I remember from being in that house, I remember sleeping out in the living room with my parents, and for some reason I woke up, and I don't think Amanda wasn't in the living room. I was just with my parents. She was at her room was at the end of the hall. And I woke up and I could see a cloaked fucking being, dark, and it looked like it was carrying the fucking Grim Reaper with the fucking staff thing. It was that was going down the hallway, and I started to freak out, and I was hitting my dad. I woke my dad up. I was like, turn the light on. He turned the light on. It was gone. Ugh. Yeah.
Haunting a Hills House shit.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, I think the Jack thing's super creepy though. He was probably just somebody who lived there, and then
they didn't want the house to change. Yeah, that was their place.
But since you were young and sensitive, you were the only person he could
scare and not. Yeah, to get us out of there. They didn't want us changing their house.
That must have been sad though, because he probably liked you at first, and then he was like, "Damn, I don't want these people ruining my house.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was their place. And I can't remember, like, if we found out that those people actually did die in the house. Yeah.
I guess you never really, like, were old enough to have a conversation with him.
No. Like, I don't remember, like, having a specific conversation. Yeah.
Damn.
But it's very interesting.
Yeah, that's so fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Like, the fact they had multiple occasions, like.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was, like, I was actually watching this, ghost documentary, and long story short, it was just, I don't know why this came to my head, but
yeah,
it's like the imaginary friends. So this woman, or this mother, single mother, had this kid, and they moved into a new house, and he'd say this name of this kid, he'd be like, oh, like, I made a new friend, James, or whatever, and like, you know, he wears overalls and looks like this, and da-na-na, and his mom was like, okay, whatever, you know, didn't really think anything of it. And then one day she was in the kitchen and she saw, like, this kid in overalls that looked just like the kid he described, and then she saw it disappear, and she's like, okay, that's weird. Yeah. And then she started to get, like, weird, bad vibes from it, so she told him, she actually did a prayer, and she was like, you know, let no evil energy into this house, like, no evil energy is welcome. And then after that, her kid came up to his mom, and he was like, Mom, James can't come inside. He's outside. Why can't he come inside? And he keeps telling me that he needs to be let inside. And she was like, you can't talk to James anymore. Oh. So that was right after she did the prayer and said all evil things have to leave.
Oh.
Yeah. And he was like, why can't James come inside anymore? And then that's when she was like,
oh, shit.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's when she realized. She was like, oh, this is some real stuff. And then in that episode, there was another story of this kid that was always biking home alone, and there was this one house where there was this, like, boy outside, and he made friends with him, because by the second time he was like, oh, I want to be friends with this boy. And he ended up becoming really good friends with that guy. And what ended up happening, fuck, it's just such a good one. I can't remember. I can't remember, but it was really interesting.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna find those episodes. Anyways, that's my little story.
Yeah. Do you know about the Cecil Hotel?
The what?
The Cecil Hotel. Did you remember that story of the Asian Vancouver girl that went missing, like in California, and she stayed at the Cecil Hotel, the elevator one, the elevator video, where she's like going in and like in and out of the elevator, and she's acting like really strange, and they don't really know. Yeah. But, there's been lots of shit happen at that hotel. Like, tons of people committing suicide. Like, serial killers stayed there. And,
Bad energy.
Bad energies in there. And it sucks because, like, my parents, when they went to California to visit Danica in rehab, I told them, I was like, oh, shit, you gotta stay at that hotel. But they couldn't because they were, like, renovating it. But, damn, it would have been cool.
Yeah, we definitely better be careful which hotel we stay at. We don't want to end up getting hung on the board.
Oh my god, no. Yeah, no thanks.
But we're pretty powerful, I feel like. We keep ourselves safe.
Yeah. I had watched, there's a show, and I mentioned it before, called Hotel Paranormal, and I watched it, and they were talking about possession and how, like, people that stay at hotels, like, hotels actually have the most, like, where things can attach to you, and you bring negative things home at hotels, because so many people are in and out of there, and so many things, there's so many different energies staying in those places all the time.
It makes me scared to do it.
I know.
But I want to do it.
I know. But the thing is most people are unaware that can happen, but right?
We're aware.
Yeah, since we're aware. I feel like it's okay.
I want to go to one. We should do the one on the Vancouver Island.
Yeah, I'd really like to do that one.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind having a girl be like, where's my room? That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be fun.
But I do find, like, there's, like, less of a chance if you're with somebody for things to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Maybe we need to, like, leave the room for a minute. Oh, I don't like that, though.
No.
I don't want to be alone.
No.
Just pack up one of our cats with us and we'll be fine.
Yeah. Little kitties. Bubbles.
Yeah, I do like the spaghetti factory, though. Just because I like spaghetti.
Yeah. You like the food? It's good food.
My favorite type of food.
Is it?
Yeah, all that filling stuff.
Yeah. So this one has to do with like the 13th floor.
Oh, yeah. And, number 3 and 13. And they usually, like, in all of Korea and China and all Asian countries, they just don't have that floor.
Yeah. Well, they don't have it here either, right? They it's the 14th floor, but it's still, no matter what, it's the 13th floor, no matter what.
Yeah, I actually heard in Korea and stuff, they do have the 13th floor. They just don't let anybody live on it, and then they do the 14th. So instead of like skipping it, they just literally block off the whole 13th floor. They'll still make it, but they won't let anybody go on it.
Oh, interesting. That's really,
because then that probably avoids stuff like this from happening when they just name it the 14th when it's really actually the 13th floor.
Yeah. Okay, so the Hotel Vancouver is haunted by a benevolent and elegantly dressed lady in red. She's often spotted on the 14th floor and is also seen in the ground floor lobby near the guest elevators. She sometimes passes through the elevator doors on those floors and glides along the hallways. Most intriguing is that the 1st and 14th floors are the only ones with elevator doors that lead to a dummy elevator shaft. The ghost has been seen passing through those disused locked doors. The lady in red is also encountered in some of the guest rooms. Once, a Japanese family that checked into a room on the 14th floor called the front desk to ask whether their room had been double booked. They described seeing the lady in red in the room, which had caused their confusion. In another incident, a bellman escorting guests into room 1403 saw the lady in red follow his guests through the door into the room.
Ugh.
When he entered, the lady vanished. More recently, disembodied footsteps and strange sounds have been recorded by security cameras in a stairwell near the 14th floor. Some say the lady in red is the ghost of Jenny Pearl Cox. She was a Vancouver socialite who regularly attended the hotel's ballroom dances in the early 1940s. Apparently, she took up eternal residence in the hotel after dying in a car accident in 1944. Whether she's the spirit of Miss Cox or not, the ghost is well known by the hotel staff. You know, my parents went to this hotel, and my dad was like, "We want to stay on the 14th floor.
Yeah,
like we want to stay on the 14th floor. We want to stay in a haunted room and everything."
Like you have to.
Yeah, he did, and so like I would picture my dad. My mom took a picture of him like with the 14 number behind him. He's so funny like that.
Silly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good one. It's not a haunted hotel, but it's a haunted library. The Grey Lady.
Oh.
Heard about that, right?
No.
Okay, well, it's one of the most famous, like, hauntings, too. It's, about this, like, woman who, but we can find it. It's really easy, but it's in the World War Library in England or something like that.
Yeah.
And I might be wrong. We'll find out. And you can actually go... There's a website you can watch all the live cameras of every single room, and people screenshot photos of the ghost.
What?
Yeah, because it's like a live ghost cam.
Oh,
and it's this lady had these children, or a child, and she ended up, I feel like she killed the child or something, and then after that she's always been searching for her child ever since. And it's really weird, but like I'll find it, and it's one of the most famous. A lot of people probably have heard of it before. Yeah. It's actually one of the... I can't believe I didn't tell you. I would go on the ghost cams, and I found, like, a hand on the window. Yeah. And I found, like... Yeah. Okay. Mm. The Grey Lady ghost was first reported and had been seen in the World War Library in the late 1930s by a... Custodian. Since that time, those looking and not looking for the apparition have reported unexplained events and sights. Who's looking? The Grey Lady was last reported and sighted on August 10th, 2010, in the basement hallway of the Assistant Children's Librarian. Psychics visiting the library in 2007 say they were able to verify that a ghost has been there, and a paranormal investigative group has brought equipment and designed to locate it. The World Library has been serving the community since 1885, but its vast collection of books is not the only reason for visitors to come. They also flock to the library to meet the World Library's friendly ghost, the Grey Lady. The Grey Lady is thought to be Louise Carpenter. That's what it says, right? Carpenter?
Yeah.
Yep. The daughter of the founder of the library, World Carpenter. When World Carpenter passed away, he left the entirety of his estate, of his business, and the library. Louise Carpenter sued the library board for what she thought was hers, claiming that her father was not in a sound state of mind when he wrote his last will testament. Louise Carpenter lost the case. Now she's believed to haunt the library until she gets what she is owed. The Gray Lady sighting was reported in the basement of the Warwood Library in 1937 by a library custodian. A maintenance worker came in the middle of the night, and there was a big furnace, and he was there to stoke the furnace, said Adult Services librarian Akira Diamond. The worker put his light down, and as he picked it back up, there was a woman standing in front of him. He reported that she was wearing a long gray dress and a veil over her face. He was supposed to be the only person in the building, so he said something to her, and she disappeared around the corner. The custodian is only known library employees to quit because has been known for employees to quit because of the Gray Lady. The Gray Lady hotspots. The Gray Lady is known to haunt specific rooms of the library. There are 3 levels to the library. She's seen upstairs in our local historian department quite a bit. She's also seen downstairs in the children's department and in the hallways downstairs. The children's department is considered the most haunted spot in the building, especially the story pit area. Multiple paranormal groups have confirmed that there is an electromagnetic something going on in the children's department story pit. And if the Gray Lady happens to grace you with her presence, you may feel the following unexplained occurrences. Smell of your perfume, feeling cold, noises, books of furniture being moved. Anyways, so on and so forth. Anyway, so here we go. The Warwood Library placed cameras on all levels of the library, particularly aimed towards the Gray Lady's hotspots. These cameras are 24/7 to keep an eye out on the veiled woman. So you can literally like watch these cameras anytime. And then there's like a section where there's all like a poll where everybody posts the screenshots of like the ghost.
Oh, wow.
So there actually is a few Gray Ladies. I was confusing this one with another one as well. There's another one in England that haunts a castle that is searching for her dead daughter, and it's also called the Gray Lady, but it's not this one. Yeah, so when I was really young and getting into ghosts, my dad actually showed me this, and he was like, yeah, you can watch the camera. And of course, I'm like freaking home alone, like being
of
scared.
course.
And I'm like, okay, let's see the children's room and show you guys this on the camera really quick. Children's room ghost cam. And it like updates every 10 seconds, I think. It's not like a full real time. Well, might be now.
Oh.
Yeah, creepy.
Yeah, live.
What time of night is that? So you can like, so you guys can like see, you can actually look at you can watch the room live. So if you want to get shit yourself at night.
Yeah, we can link it.
It used to be back in 2005.
Oh.
Every 10 seconds.
Holy cow.
But now it's obviously live because... Yeah, and this was the window. I saw a hand, like, figure.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just creepy that they have that all set up.
It is creepy, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super creepy. I wonder if there's, like, photos here. No. Oh, shop now. Photo upload. Okay, here it is. Let's see the creepy photos. I would love to see what people have got in here. Yeah, so there was like the main part of the library, which I remember seeing before, and you could like, and there is a gallery where you can see all the screenshots and like people standing, and I could probably just find it on Google here. Okay. Anyways, I don't have to say anything else.
Yeah, while you do that, I want to ask Joel if he will come in and quickly tell his story.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to tell the story because my husband's a pussy. He won't come on the camera. It's like, I don't look good. It's like, what do you mean you don't look good? Yeah, like, it's not like you're going to put makeup on or anything.
It's so true.
I know. It's like, okay. So my husband Joel was in the Philippines, and he was staying at an older hotel. And his parents decided to go, and he was with his parents, and they were all staying in the same room. Okay. So his parents decided to go off on their own and have dinner or whatever. He decided to stay back. And he was talking to me over Facebook chat, and he started to smell like as if like somebody was smoking in the room, like right then and there, like full cigarette smoke smell filled the room as if it was like right next to him.
Weird.
Yeah, and when that happened, he started to hear like a fucking like an old lady cackling, like a laugh, like the creepiest thing, and it gave him like the chills. And like he was like, I didn't even want to look up from my phone the entire time. I just wanted to keep talking to you.
Ugh.
And then within like seconds, the cigarette smell was gone. Yeah, and he checked, and like there was nobody in the hallway. There was nobody at this hotel.
That's so creepy. So some ghost is like, all right, you're gonna smell my cigarettes right now.
Yeah, but like that's how they can make themselves known too, right?
Yes.
Like Danica used to smoke, and like she will often give my mom and Paige the smell of cigarette smoke mixed with like a smell of her perfume, because that's how she smelled, right?
Oh.
But she doesn't do it for me because she knows that I hate that fucking smell.
yeah, you're not for the cigarettes.
No. So it's really interesting that that's a way that they can let themselves be.
Yeah, no, I believe it from sense though, for sure.
Yeah.
Now I'm scared about this ghost cam. Kind of scared.
Oh.
Who she is.
It's interesting for sure.
I mean, it looked totally different when
you were,
kid.
of course.
They updated it. Like, yeah, because before, like I said, they could only refresh it every 10 seconds. There's no such thing as, like, live feed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, of course, that was, like, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We kind of went a little bit off track, but I hope it's still good and still spooky. And I'm really excited for Halloween. I'm being the devil. My husband's being Jesus. It's gonna be
sick.
It's gonna be awesome.
I'm gonna be Itachi from Naruto, but sexy gender bent version.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. Halloween is my favorite. It's my favorite time of the year. I got married on like the day before Halloween, so obviously super important to me. Love it. We always have big parties and everything. And
lost my virginity on Halloween.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I did.
Wow, envious. Ow, I'm jealous.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Wow.
Good times.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyways, yeah, we hope you enjoyed this episode, and like the video, help us out, give us a comment if you liked it, and let us know what you liked or didn't like even, and give us a subscribe. And as always, we're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you are. You can watch a video or just listen to us on the audio. So, and follow our Instagram too.
Yes, follow the Instagram.
And the only friends.
Only hams.
Only hams.
That's
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you guys, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.